Oh, right. Okay. Let me switch to this one. All right. There it is. Let me move myself around and get on. Honestly, I'm so excited.
Got a
I'm so
multi-camera
excited.
setup here, and
Ooh.
the hand model, the crew of the
Hello.
hand model that you've always wanted is coming to fruition right now.
Exactly.
So this is your
that's always what I
audition,
wanted.
Steve. Just putting it out
This is
there.
it. I did not moisturize. I'm not ready for this. But do you know what? I am ready to
You
open this
are.
up. So, there are so many different ways that you can open this up. But what I quite like is that everything about this packaging is going to be accessible. All right. So even these tabs, you don't need a knife to cut them. Oh, look at this. Oh,
And what we'll do is
off.
you'll walk through the unboxing and you'll do a marvelous job at it. And what we might do is we might come back to a bunch of questions because I know there'll be a bunch, and I'll keep an eye on the first 4 eligible. But keep the questions coming through because we'll talk through them at the end as well. But yes, you were mentioning accessibility, which is a huge thing with Microsoft, which is awesome that it's carried through to our end user products.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important that we do something like that because we want to make sure that gaming is accessible for everybody. And it starts with being able to unbox the game. So we don't want people to struggle with being able to unbox this this console. And you've found if you've kind of interacted with any of our Surface products as well, that we've done the similar thing with our Surface products. It's a theme across Microsoft devices that we really kind of make sure that the packaging is accessible to anybody who wants to be able to utilize it, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right,
now
let me do this. How am I going to do it? I don't know how it opens up. So it says it's accessible.
Sound effects.
Yeah. Oh, do you know why? It's because there's more tabs to pull off.
There's more tabs.
So
okay.
Yeah. So there's another one here on each side.
There's
4 tabs in total. Classic me. I'm just getting too excited. I'm just trying desperately not to drop it as well.
Yes, don't drop your wife's Xbox.
Stop calling it my wife's Xbox. All right. I think that's it. Ooh. Oh, that's satisfying.
Ooh.
Now that is satisfying.
I love it. Your Surface Laptop Go auto-focused on that Power Your Dreams, like it was just grabbing into it. Yeah, it was great. And doesn't that look oofed? Yes, Mel, you saying oofed. It's good. Tim Sully said, I'm surprised that the seals are still intact at 2 p.m, which is, I'm surprised as well.
It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Waiting 9 months for my child to be born was hard, but waiting an hour and a half to open up this Xbox was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
I know, I called you about like 12 and you were just like, I can't wait. But
yeah,
look at that. Perfectly in the package, like looks like a present package, like for yourself.
Yeah. And do you know what? You guys can't smell it. Oh, it just smells like newness.
Smells like newness. 2020
smells like newness. Yeah, all right, we'll take that. Now, there are different elements in which we can unpack here. So I'm going to unpack this one first because we've got the console. We can see the console here. Let's have a look inside the console and what we get with it. So we have a HDMI cable. So that's good. Amazing. That's what we would expect, right? And obviously we've got the power cable as well.
It looks nice and long as well, HDMI cable.
Yeah, it does actually. From what I can remember, let's open it up and have a look, shall we? Now, again, packaging on the HDMI cables are accessible as well. So they've got pull tabs to be able to pull them off and get into them. Although I am struggling on this one because here it is. There it is.
The seals get you every time.
Right, that's it. Constantly. Let me move everything out of the way. I want it to look nice and neat. That's it. So I'd say this is a meter. This is a meter and a half. This is a meter and a half cable, possibly 2 meters. I'll put that down there. And then we've got the power cable
Stephen
as well.
Ford says, wait until you open the controller and smell it. Smells so new. I'm excited for that. Well, I know that you're trying to, I know you one. I know we're trying to get our hands on one for the office quite soon. I can't wait to unbox mine.
Now, does it sound sad that you can't wait to unbox it and sniff it? Is that a thing? Like,
no, I mean, I've been working with you for a while. That sounds like a standard. Yeah, you get excited about new technology. You love gadgets.
I absolutely do. Ooh, and look at that new controller. I'm just going to
take a moment of silence.
A moment of silence, honestly. Actually, it looks amazing. I've literally, I'm just
appreciate that.
I'm moving them out of the way. It feels amazing. It actually feels really nice. There's the nice textured grips on the back. Oh, and there's a nice textured grips on the actual triggers. The triggers actually sit a little bit. Thank you. The triggers actually sit a little bit further in to what the previous version did. So actually, it's easier for it feels more natural when I'm gripping it here. The D-pad. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to move this up to the microphone. Can you hear that?
That ASMR goodness. Wow.
Yeah, it feels nice. It's got a very satisfying click to it. It actually feels really nice in the hands at the back. Like, it feels really good.
And do you have the batteries in the controllers at the moment?
Not right now. I do not know.
No. But how does it feel even without the controllers? Like quite like.
Oh, it's not massively
substantial.
Heavy, but the thing is it's not massively heavy. But then I'm used to I'm using the Elite controller currently, so this is always going to be lighter than the Elite controller. But I do like how this feels, and this little button here, the share button. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's going to be a great way for gamers to be able to share that like game-winning kill or world-class goal if you like to play FIFA. Or I know that Fletch is into his Madden, so we'll be able to showcase that world-class touchdown. But it looks good, and to be honest with you, there was nothing that really needed to change, in my opinion, for the controller, because it was already made really, really well. But some of the additions that they've made are significant and lend itself to the gamer as well. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool. How are the comments looking, Miss?
We've got a few questions which I think will be helpful to come back to, so keep them coming through, but we've got a couple funny ones as well. David says, how many games of FIFA until Steve needs a new controller? I don't know, but I know that Fletch is going to be going ham with Madden. So definitely keep it locked on Expert Zone if you like Madden. But I don't know. I think you're pretty good with your controllers. You are not someone who throws their controller unless you're playing me in Tekken. That's the only time I've heard you really rage it. But we'll see.
You're so nice. But David is one of my good friends, and David knows the real Steve. And there has been an instance where a controller was broken playing FIFA. So the less we talk about that, the better, I think, is probably how it goes. All right, let me get this Xbox out of the box, and I'm just going to move it to the side a second because I can see something really cool in there.
I've seen the true FIFA rage. I love that.
So do you know what? I completely missed out that there's actually a lever that I could have pulled the Xbox out with. Again, accessible. So I thought that's really, really snazzy. I like that. This is just a nice little way, a nice little setup guide on it there. That's really cool. I like that. So let me move that to the side. Is that everything in the box? I think it is. Obviously, we've got manuals here. So I'll get that out, and I'm just going to move the box out of the way so we can then unpack the console. Okay. All right. Let me see where we're at. We can go to about there. That's cool. Trying so hard to make sure everything's in shot. All right, there we go. Okay, let's do this. Now, how do we... Oh, again, look at that. A nice little tab. Oh, it just falls apart. Now, that is nice. I like that. And then, of course, we've got a little bit of tape on each end to keep it protected. I'd like this unboxing experience, actually. It's not a bad little experience. And part of the fun with new gadgets is the unboxing experience, right? We all go and look at unboxing videos and stuff on YouTube. Ooh.
And I think it's important, right? I think we're a bit lucky that we get to open and get a lot of Microsoft gadgets. But for a lot of people, you don't get a console for like 7 years, right? A lot of the time. So, and especially when you're investing in like, you know, your next gen console as well, like you want it to be a cool experience, I think.
Absolutely.
I think for a lot of people, it's like, I remember like opening those consoles when you're a kid, right? Like, it was just a wonderful experience. So I think it's important to think about that. So I love that. And I think it's also like true Xbox, like that black, that green, like love it. It was very aesthetically pleasing. So enjoyed living vicariously through you in this moment. And I think we have a lot of viewers who are enjoying it as well along the stream. So make sure you keep asking those comments. But yeah, let's take a closer look, shall we?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get you guys the green hue. Tell me if you can see that or not.
Yeah, definitely can.
See, that looks good. I initially thought when they announced this that it was a light, but it's not. It's just a series of very, very well placed green circles that kind of make it go into like a little circle shape here. And then inside you can see that fan. And we'll talk a little bit about the thermals of the device in a second, because the thermals of this device is really, really where it's at for me, because it's really, really important. And it's also important because we don't want a noisy console. Gamers don't want noisy consoles. Let's have a look at the back. Oh, let me turn that, pop that down there. We got there, cool. So we have the HDMI out. We've then got the little special slot for the expandable SSD. When that comes, I'm definitely going to be getting myself one of those, because I think that is one of the coolest features to come with this device. The fact that you can expand it with the same SSD that's inside the device, just externally. You've got a port for the power. You have a port for Ethernet here, as well as 2 USB type A's, so USB 3s. We also have another USB, if I can turn it around, on the front, which is what you would expect from the console now. We expect kind of, this is what has happened with the Xbox One X, and the Xbox One had one on the side. So this is important. This is really, really good for play and charge kits, for people charging up their controllers. You've got the pair button, the button here to eject your disc if you're not using digital games, and then of course that beautiful Xbox button that's not turning on for me because I've not plugged it in yet. But that is it. That is what comes in the box. Here we go.
And when you do plug it in, what I think is awesome is that, like, when you do plug it in, I've watched a lot of videos of Xbox at this point. It has that same familiar like turn on sound, right? It's still familiar. So if you're an Xbox, yep, exactly, right? And I think that's really cool as well, like keeping that familiar brand, because people love Xbox when you're an Xbox fanatic. And I like that they kept that the same, just the little touches. But then, yeah, like having those, you know, ports in the front, like it's just convenient. And you had it laying up front, like, or what is that, vertically? Can you put it horizontally as well? Just putting the first question out there.
Yeah, you absolutely can. So this is, it's there's no escaping it. It's a big device. And the way that it was intended to be used is obviously vertically like this. But not everybody's cabinet, so certainly not my cabinet. My cabinet's not going to be able to fit it in as it is like this. So I'm going to actually move mine and have it on the side, like, put it the right way around, the side. And there's some nice little legs on the bottom of them as well. So you can see which position to have it in. So you can put it on, there's nice little feet on the bottom just to keep it kind of stable. So you can have it like that. And then you've got the, where are we? You've got the CD slot here as well. So it can sit up on the top for your DVDs and for your games as well. So yeah, so there are a couple of orientations that you can have it at. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to have it vertically, which is cool if you've totally got the space to do that. But my recommendation is that you have enough ventilation to get the air out of here, because this is where the air escapes. And we'll talk about that as well, because the design of the device is to pull the air up and through the top of the device. Cool. All right. Shall we?
Amazing.
Like that. How's that look? Is that looking all right? All right, I'll leave it like that, and then I'll come back.
Amazing. Come back, and we can jump back and maybe review some of those questions that some people have been asking, and you might have to scroll up a bit because we've had a few.
Okay, cool.
That was your face.
There we are. All right, so Miss, you were in control of the comments. Please help me. All right.
Well, first up, scroll up a little bit. And I think the first question that came through was from Chris Nixon. That wasn't, or yes. Steve, I think, asked the first question, giving away Steve's wife's Xbox. But Chris, there you go. You found it. Wonderful.
Do you know what? The first question that comes through, and he's going to win himself a Xbox prize pack. I don't know. I don't know the answer because I haven't plugged it in and checked it yet. I've been waiting for so long, Chris.
But what you can do is tune in to the first game stream that Steve does and ask that question, and he will be able to tell you. So that'll be tomorrow.
You are here.
And what are you playing?
There are many reasons why you're here.
I'm the queen of plugs.
Yeah, there are many reasons why you're here, not just to bring the quality of the looks up on the stream, the quality of the of the knowledge up on the stream, and just all in all, you raise the quality of the stream, Mister. But just reminded me that I need to do my job sometimes. It's probably the most important trait that you can bring to me right now. Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, and actually I'm not 100% sure what game I'm going to be streaming, because we did say I was going to stream Watch Dogs Legion, but there's also the opportunity to stream Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well, because I know that these two games are probably the most popular games that people want to get hold of on the Xbox Series X. Now you're slowing me down here.
Jade is playing Assassin's Creed on Friday, as the girls are taking off over Facebook Friday.
Cool. Well, there you go.
So you will be playing Watch Dogs tomorrow. And once again, I'm on the stream for reasons.
If that's what I got told that I'm going to be playing, that's what I'm going to be playing. But I might change my mind and play Assassin's Creed. It depends on how well I go tonight. I'm not going to lie. No, if I enjoy that game more, I'll do it.
And we've got another question as well from David Burness, right underneath.
These are great questions. These are really good questions. How much of the Xbox packaging is made from recycled parts? Honestly, again, I don't know. Why? This is stuff I should know, I'm assuming, right?
Regardless, winner of one of the Xbox prize packs. So wonderful work, David.
I'm going to get back to you with that one. That's two questions. Honestly, I'm here for no reason. I'm just there is literally no reason. Oh dear. Okay, there's no reason why I'm here. I'm just here.
Back to you though.
Yeah, I'm not even here to look good, am I? I'm just here. I'm just excited. I was just here. I just wanted to play my Xbox, guys. All right. Next question. We have Kev Lodge. I can see it straight underneath. What frame rate does the Series X run at? That's a question I can answer. Now, the frame rates on the device actually vary between game. It just depends on what the developer allows, but it supports up to 120 FPS, and there are a couple of games that are going to have that 120 FPS. But you've got most games right now. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla running at 60 frames a second. You've got an update for Destiny coming next month that's going to support 60 frames a second. as well, with 4K 60 frames a second. So the device can support up to 120 FPS, but there's a couple of games at the moment. I think Dirt Rally is currently doing 120 FPS. You've got Gears 5, which has been remastered specifically for the Series X and S, running at 120 FPS. So that's going to be an exciting. I know there's a couple of my mates that are playing that game right now. They're going to be playing that game right now and enjoying its 4K 120 goodness. It's worth saying though as well, because this technology in the device is new. It's technology that people associate with gaming PCs. And subsequently, there's not a lot of televisions at the moment that allow up to the 120 FPS, because you need to have a certain kind of telly. And we've got a partnership with LG at the moment. You might see that going into stores, that LG are going to be playing a lot of the Xbox content, because their OLED TVs are going to be supporting up to the 120 hertz. I know that a couple of one of my friends, David, who should be on the stream, I think he has purchased a TV specifically for that. So it's worth noting that my TV in the background there supports up to 60 hertz. So I'll be getting that 60 frames a second. But for me to get that 120 FPS, I'm going to need to invest in a new TV. And if my wife's watching, that will be what I asked for Christmas. So
hold up. Technically, this is your wife's Xbox, so
yeah, maybe I'll buy it for my wife for Christmas.
Could work.
All right, so Kev, congratulations, mate. Yeah, and you have also won yourself a Xbox prize pack. So that's 3. Let's keep moving down. Whoever can see, we've got Pat Birch. Does the new Xbox come with a high quality HDMI cable? Yes, it does. The actual specifications of the HDMI cable I am unsure of, but the ability at this point in time to stream it through 4K, this device supports up to 8K, as with the cable. So this is a higher quality HDMI cable that comes within the box. I know that there's probably better ones out there. There's people that are going to require longer HDMI cables as well. That there is availability for that, but the one that comes in the box is going to be perfectly good enough for all of your needs. So that is 4. So I answered 50% of the questions for the prize pack. So Pat, congratulations, bud. You have also won yourself a prize pack as well. And do we have more questions? So there's still more?
We do have a few more, and maybe what we'll do is go through a couple more, and then I know you wanted to go through some stuff and talk about some of your favorite features with the Xbox. So if you wanted to scroll through.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just scrolling
I know
through.
Chris also asked, does a USB-C cable come in the box?
No, I can answer that quite confidently.
Amazing.
But play and charge kits are available. I know that every single retailer is selling them, and it's almost one of those things now that I need them. I use them. I prefer them, but I don't allow my daughter, for example, who she currently has an Xbox One S. I don't allow her to have a play and charge kit in there because I don't like cables going around in a playroom. So for her, when the batteries run out, we come and switch them out, and I think that it's good. I like the choice. I really do like the choice of being able to either use the batteries or a play and charge kit. So for me, it works really, really well. Cool. There's also questions.
And then we also have another question. This is going to be like speed round me interviewing you on Xbox. And Chris also asked, I never heard it confirmed, but can the console do Bluetooth audio directly to headphones, or are we still jacking it into the controller?
I believe it's still jacked into the controller. I believe it's still jacked into the controller. You're right. It wasn't ever confirmed, and it was all speculation. I can absolutely look into that a little bit further and find out, but I'm pretty sure it's not quite there just yet. I use a wireless headset, and I plug in I'm gonna have to plug in the little dongle thing that goes with it for myself. So I'll double check that one, but I'm pretty confident.
Amazing.
Keep
and
going, miss. Keep
Kev
going.
has asked, will all the games automatically run in 4K 120 FPS with the console, or is it game dependent? I think you may have potentially answered this question before.
Yeah, I kind of did, but I can raise it up again. Like if the developers have supported 120 FPS, absolutely it will run as long as your TV can support the 120 FPS as well. So you're going to need to get a TV that supports the 120 FPS if you haven't already. So that for me will be my next investment. But yeah, but games that support it will absolutely go up to that 120 FPS, and you might actually find that moving forwards, when you see the games advertised in store, that they actually advertise that they are 120 FPS on the box, because it's a big thing right now.
Amazing. And we also have one from Ivan. Sorry
Ivan.
if I butchered that. Ivan.
I think it's Ivan.
Any idea how easy it is to move games from Xbox One S to Xbox Series X or S/X?
So you can do data transfer, I believe. So you can transfer it over data, like you could do from the Xbox One to One X, where you plug the Ethernet cable into both and it transfers them across. However, what I have done in preparation for this is my Xbox One X was running on an SSD as well. I had an SSD plugged in. I moved all of my games that I want to play on my Xbox Series X onto the SSD. So when I plug this in, I'm going to plug in my SSD that I've got and just transfer the games onto that SSD as well. Oh, she had my name right first time. Ivan, you did it right, miss.
Yeah, I remember. I met
wrong.
you way back when in Bondi, so I thought I had it right the first time. So points for me. Thanks.
You're getting everything on this stream, miss. You're getting everything. All right, where are we?
And I think I quiz round you on all the questions, but if we haven't answered your question, make sure you pop it in the chat to jump it up and it'll get my attention. And Mel was laughing because she said, Missy, you tell him. I will always tell Steve. That is totally fine. But I know you wanted to go through some of your favorite things.
Yes. Yeah. So I've got a deck. Yeah, Ivan is still at Bondi.